And we're back, my select Play Select viewers. My name is Gold Mountain, and in this episode of Play Select, Justin Bieber. Just kidding, guys. Look, we got a bunch of real news. Let's just cut to the chase. Here we go. So, you've probably watched the movie, seen the anime, and even drank the coffee. You know who you are. And maybe perhaps played with the toys. But have you actually really played with the toys? Now what I'm talking about is the Gundam franchise. And that being said, there's a brand new game called Gundam Breaker coming out on June the 27th, which takes this premise of the toys into bringing it into your console completely real. Now this is cool because all you're doing is playing a game about Gundam models. So with Gundam models, of course, you get all the pieces and you can actually put them together to make your very own custom Gundam and play it online and beat people with a Zaku themed like arms and legs guy holding a beam sword. Just something that you would never think is possible in the Gundam universe. Well, it is right now. Now the cool thing is that in terms of setting, no longer are you in the interstellar galactic battle war background. Actually, you're going to be in real life locations such as Odaiba Park, which the giant Gundam statue is based, and also you'll be fighting on a table where you actually build Gundam models on top of. Now this is pretty cool. Think YouTube videos with the Mega Man versus Gundam. That's exactly kind of what it looks like. The battle style or the gameplay style is pretty much kind of like Phantasy Star Online, where you actually go on missions. So this is coming out on the 27th, but you can actually play the beta on PSN for free right now. So try it out, Gundam Breaker, if that's your style, and see if you have some Gundam style. Yeah, I went there, sorry. So any of you guys out there playing Gears of War Judgement, we are right now, of course, and we are loving it, except for the fact that there is no Horde mode. Now, that being said, there is a petition online, and you know what, I don't know why they don't have Horde mode, because this is what we played for 2 years after the initial Gears of War 3 came out. Like, this kept us busy for so long. So this petition's out there, sign it, there's the link, you can check it out. Now, that being said, if you're on multiplayer, there's something really interesting to make up for this, perhaps. There's a thing called the Epic Reaper. Now, the Epic Reaper is this brand new skin of a monster, of a locust that looks so badass. And what happens is that someone every week will get chosen to be the Epic Reaper. Now what happens if you're the Epic Reaper? One, you get complete bragging rights because you're him for the whole week, but you also get new abilities like some physics changing stuff, and also you're just really damn hard to kill. Now if someone kills you, they're gonna get a medal and also the skin so they can wear it during their multiplayer matches. But it does not beat the fact that when you are the one who's chosen, that week, you're just gonna be playing all week just to show all your friends that you are like the magic unicorn that they've never seen before, but just much more uglier and a lot harder to kill. So anyways, the Epic Reaper, look out for it in multiplayer, and I really hope they bring out Horde mode or they just speed things up, because then it would actually give me more incentive to bust some heads at Gears of War. Those who have Japan on their travel itinerary right now or in the near future, well, you get a chance to go to the Darkstalkers Cafe. Now, what is the Darkstalkers Cafe? It is Capcom's video game themed cafe featuring items and drinks from the Darkstalkers franchise. Well, not from the actual video game, but they're based on it. For example, you have Morrigan and Dimitri drinks, which look really cool because they got a shot of blood, which is what every vampire needs to have when they're getting their drunk on. And also at the same time, the Sasquatch little shaved ice dessert looks really cute because it really is a Sasquatch. You have the Senko Chinese dumplings because dumplings are so Chinese, and the fact that Capcom is doing this may be an indicator to gauge the interest of the next-gen Darkstalkers. I mean, we've seen video footage of that before. We had like Lord Raptor and also Dimitri and glorious next-gen graphics. So hopefully this is something that's gonna happen, because I know Capcom actually, when they're doing promos, they had a Resident Evil cafe, which they had airsoft guns, you could shoot zombie targets, and this was something to promo the next Resident Evil. So let's just hope that this is really happening, because Darkstalkers, aka Vampire Hunter, Savior, whatever have you, is something that a fighting game fan really wants these days, or I don't mind seeing it. Huh? So BioShock Infinite is out, and if you get it right now for PS3, you're actually gonna get BioShock 1. Now this is awesome news, but even more awesome news, BioShock Infinite got really good ratings. And we're back with the breakdown. 3 pieces of news that I'm gonna give to you because you're gonna find it interesting no matter what kind of gamer you are. So 1, Dragon's Crown. Yeah, my favorite game that I just can't shut up about. Well, we finally found a release date on Famitsu. It's coming out on July the 25th for Japanese, for PlayStation 3 and Vita, but also, apparently the rumor says that August 6th, which is also my brother's birthday, is when the US release of this game is coming out. So this game, you know I've been just so vocal about it and I can't wait to play this. 2, because I can't play Dragon's Crown, I actually have another game that's coming out in summer 2013 that's gonna fill up my gap for this need to play 4-player co-op Dungeons & Dragons action. And what game is that? Everybody knows it's Dungeons & Dragons Shadow over Mystara. Now that being said, Capcom is releasing this. They just revealed this on PAX East 2013. It used to be on a Korean's ratings board, but this is absolutely confirmed. It's 100% coming out for Xbox Live, PSN, Chronicles of Mystara, which is going to include 2 games, Tower of Doom and also Shadow over Mystara. Now this game, if you haven't played it before, this is one of the top 10 best arcade games from Capcom ever, which means there might perhaps be a prelude to Aliens vs. Predator arcade, because in the summer of 2013, we got Ducktales HD coming out in summer 2013 for Xbox Live, PSN, and also the Wii U eShop. Now this, if you've not seen the trailer, looks amazing. Now, this is huge nostalgic value for all us gamers who grew up with the NES. I mean, because we played the ish out of this, smacking duck monsters with the cane of Uncle Scrooge. And get this, the original voice cast from the Disney cartoon of 1980s is coming back out. Now, this is going to be an amazing game, because this is really just showing Capcom perhaps is listening to fans. I don't know what's going on, because you got your Dungeons & Dragons, now you got your DuckTales. What else you guys want to see? Oh yeah, Mega Man. So I don't know, there's a rumor about that somewhere, about a brand new Mega Man game. Ain't gonna say nothing about it yet, but we're gonna look forward. But anyways, this has been The Breakdown. 1, 2, 3, pew. So back in 2010, for the PlayStation 2, there was a game that just controlled the way you thought about video games, because it started an actual cult, Deadly Premonition. You may have heard of it, and if you haven't, know this. This game is actually in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most polarizing survival horror game ever. I mean, people either loved it to the fact that just told everyone about it, played it ad infinitum until they puked, until people just hated it and buried it with E.T. With that being said, this game is coming out again in the director's cut of Deadly Premonition, called Deadly Premonition, the director's cut by Rising Star Games, and this is going to be super cool because this is the definitive version for sure. Now, why do I say this? Is because it's going to have 100+ improvements, including HD graphics for today, of course, better controls, so when you have actual fighting, it's going to be much better, and all these other little things such as DLCs for extended story, just to get deeper into the cult of Deadly Premonition. Now, at the same time, Hidetaka Suehiro, who was the creative writer for the original game, well, he's back with a brand new scenario, so this is just going to blow your mind, because if you didn't even know, Deadly Premonition was an open world game, one of the few open world horror games out there, and at the same time it was unpredictable, and it also introduced comedic elements, dark comedy, into the survival genre. Also, the fact that it's very unpredictable just made the gameplay completely interesting every single time you played it. This is probably why people just love this game so much. The people who hate it, they're just absolute squares. Now that being said, we're not going to care about the squares. For the people who love this game, well, we're actually going to do an interview with a developer that's going to come out real soon. So that being said, Deadly Premonition, the director's cut, is coming out this month, and I can't wait to play it for the PS3. Yeah, come on! Alright, so Metal Gear Solid 5, or V for victory, was finally confirmed and announced over the weekend. Now, this is really exciting for everyone who's been following the Phantom Pain with hidden letters. But that being said, let me give you a list of the actual things that I found very interesting, and you might find interesting as well, because there's a lot to take in. So first of all, the first thing is that Metal Gear 5 is actually the Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes all in one. Now, these two games are part of the same entity, and what's going to happen is that first, you're going to be playing Ground Zeroes, and then after you finish that, 9 years later, it's going to be the Phantom Pain. Now, Ground Zeroes takes place immediately after Peace Walker, which leads me to the second thing. What type of game is this? Well, it's actually an open world stealth game. Now, we've never really played a real open world stealth game, and what I mean by this is that the options that you have, such as in a 24-hour night and day cycle, now this is really crazy because this is your choice. Now, Kojima said this is really fun because the whole team has gotten in consensus to make it an open world game. But the thing is, this is what happens. Now, do you want to sneak and infiltrate into a base during the day where it's sunny, you can see everything, but there's a lot of guards because they're awake, or do you want to go at nighttime and be a ninja, but a blind ninja because you actually need to use a flashlight or Jeep's light or some sort of light source to see where you're going, but there's going to be less guards. Now, this option is pretty cool. We don't know yet whether or not this sync cycle is actually timed to your actual console itself, but that being said, if it was, it wouldn't be different because Kojima has done things like Boktai, and I think he's done something like this before. And thirdly, speaking of consoles, we said it before on PlayAsia, well, this game is coming out definitely for PS3 and also Xbox 360, which is insane because if you've seen what the Fox Engine can do, and you can see what the current gen can do, I mean, this is just a step up before next gen. We don't know whether or not it's going to be on a next gen console, but definitely, it will be on our current gen. So this is really cool, and I just can't wait to play this. Now, it's also worth mentioning that in the Metal Gear Solid games, Kojima has always had a prevalent theme, such as in the first one, it was all about genetics. Now we think this one is all about rebirth because one, the game was announced during Easter, but also there's a new unit from Snake called Diamond Dogs. This is all about new, and the fact that it's just all this new stuff, open world, everything's just to a new horizon. But most likely, because this is a rebirth, they have the studios opening up, the LA one and the Tokyo one. Kojima has expressed that he wants to move on to other things, and other things, hopefully it could be something like... Alright guys, don't kill yourself, don't burn your consoles, and just don't fight amongst each other, because episode 30 definitely was April Fool's. It was a joke, everything was false, but let's just go through it just so you guys know, because there are some crazy people out there on the internet. I know, I'm one of them, it's all good. So 1, Shenmue 3. Alright, we are not that mean. Yes, I know the Kickstarter was a completely wonderful Photoshop job by our director, but at the same time, I'll give you this. Now we have seen that lead architect of PS4, Mark Cerny, is actually talking with Yu Suzuki. Now that is much better than a Kickstarter. There's so much more hope this way. So moving on. Secondly, Justin Bieber, yes, he lost his monkey in Germany, and also he spat on a 40-year-old man, but he definitely will not be the face of Nintendo America, so please, don't kill yourself. Don't be an anti-hero, alright? Thirdly, no one gives a flying f*** about the Atari Jaguar. Moving on. Fourth, the Final Fight movie is not happening, but Mike Chan is actually really in movies. He did wrap up 4 movies. Now 2 of the movies, one is coming out in December, and another one is probably around Halloween. This guy is really up and coming. Now if you want him to come back on the show and get more details on his up and coming things, definitely we'll have him on, because he is a buddy of ours. And
5. Let's good place select. I am the mystery man with the giant cock. Now a lot of you have been trying to guess who I am. Well, most of you, if not all of you, are actually wrong. Now there have been 3 good guesses. Now the first guess is that I am the secret, luscious, amazing, sexy director of Play Select. Sadly, that is not me. I'm not 6 feet tall in heels and white and delicious. The second guess is that I am the sidekick J of Play Select. That is also incorrect because I don't have sex with Gold Mountain in a bear costume on a Harlem Shake video, only in private. Now the third guess is that I am Mike Chan in glasses. Now this is great news for me, but pretty bad news for Mike Chan because I have never worked out in my life and Mike Chan works out every day. Guess I'm doing Final Fight, son? Well, who am I? That's what you guys want to know. My name is Jonnic Thompsett. I'm kind of a big deal in Hong Kong. I write songs, I arrange them, I produce them. Everybody knows who I am, so I'm really sad that you don't. So because of my sadness, I think I'm gonna take the prize girl home. You know, Egypt. I don't know why she's called that, but I'm gonna take her home anyway and show her how to make a demo.
time to announce the winner of last week's prize time. Guess who? Zerenton! You just won yourself a copy of Tomb Raider. Congratulations, because this game is really, really damn good. I mean, I was just completely wowed, blown away, and you got the answer right. Whitman's World was the name of the reality show that Laura and Co were trying to film before everything went to... It's that moment you've been waiting for. Prize time! Your favorite time of the week where I give you free stuff. Now, prize time works like this. Very, very simple. Give you a question, you give me an answer, and if you get it right, I'm gonna give you some swag. Now, ground rules, if you know the answer to my question, please put it in the inbox, not the comments. Our inbox, not the comments. And where's the inbox? In the Play Asia TV channel. Just send us the message. If you get it right, we'll put you in the lucky draw. And also, do not specify whether or not you want the game for PS3 or Xbox, because this game is only for PS3. God of War Ascension, the biggest bro game fantasy ever, can be yours if you know the answer to my question, which is, how do you get Kratos' phone number? That's all you need to do. Just tell me, what procedure do you need to do to get Kratos' phone number? Now, that being said, we have another really hot prize, girl. I love my job, and this has been another episode of Play Select. My name is Gold Mountain. Thank you so much for watching, and we love all the love you've been giving us, and we reciprocate it. And that being said, see you next week. Peace outside.